We've all felt it. As the years pile up, months start to feel like weeks, and the days slip by in a blink. This is often dismissed as a psychological trick or a simple lack of new memories. Mechanical engineering professor Adrian Bajan views this through the constructal law, the physical tendency of all systems to evolve toward easier flow. He argues that our perceptions of time and beauty are rooted in the literal physical mechanics of how our eyes move. Human vision evolved to scan the horizon for danger. Our eyes process information most efficiently when moving side to side across a specific proportion, the golden ratio. We see this engineered into the horizontal layout of the Parthenon, because that shape allows the human eye to acquire the most information with the least amount of physical effort. This efficiency is the physical basis for beauty. When you look at the Mona Lisa, your brain rewards the eye for finding a path of least resistance. We find these proportions pleasing because they represent the absolute peak of visual scanning economy. These experiences are dictated by the physical speed of information flow. Beauty and time arise from the literal physical mechanics of how our sensory organs pull data from the world. This flow begins with an internal pacemaker. In an infant, this pacemaker ticks at high frequency. Their eyes dart constantly, acting like a high-speed camera that captures and processes a massive number of visual images every second. As we grow, our neural pathways mature. Over decades, these tangled webs of nerves begin to physically degrade. This degradation has a measurable cost. Older adults take 1.5 times longer to process cognitive information. The biological clock ticks slower. This creates a discrepancy between objective time and mental images. Because the aging brain processes information more slowly, it captures fewer new frames within the same 60-minute hour. If you record life at fewer frames per second, the world appears to be moving faster by comparison. The subjective feeling that time is flying is the result of the brain receiving a thinner stream of visual data. If our biological processing slows down, we should struggle to keep up with the world. Yet, older adults often make more effective choices than those decades younger. The aging brain compensates for slower speeds by tightening its filter. It reviews less total information, instead relying on mental shortcuts or heuristics refined by decades of experience. By ignoring the noise, the brain conserves its resources for the details that actually matter. This focus on relevant details makes older adults more accurate at affective forecasting. They are better at predicting exactly how a future event will impact their emotions because they have a clearer sense of their own internal patterns. This chart tracks how different age groups devalue future rewards. The steep drop-off in older demographics shows a reduction in future anhedonia. Older adults understand that a reward will feel just as intense tomorrow as today, so they stop heavily discounting the future. Biological decline forces a shift in strategy. The brain abandons the brute force processing of youth in favor of a model optimized for emotional accuracy. The final scale of time is the lifespan itself. Our behavior changes based on how much time we perceive we have left. Socio-emotional selectivity theory suggests that our perception of a shrinking horizon dictates our life goals. Youth see time as expansive and prioritize future-oriented goals like networking and learning. Older adults perceive a shrinking horizon and prioritize present emotional well-being. They shift their energy toward the relationships and experiences that provide immediate meaning. This shift is driven by the horizon, not just age. Societal shocks can evaporate the perceived future for the young. During the Great Depression, the sudden loss of a predictable future forced young populations into a present-focused mindset. We saw this after the September 11th attacks. The sudden awareness of mortality caused people of all ages to abandon long-term planning in favor of seeking immediate emotional comfort and strengthening close social ties. When the brain perceives that time is running out, it reprioritizes. The focus moves from what might happen to what is happening now. This reprioritization leads to a phenomenon called the positivity effect. As the horizon narrows, the brain proactively filters the world. older adults acquire, review, and remember a disproportionate amount of positive information while actively ignoring the negative. This connects back to the physics of vision. The slowing eye and the degrading neural network are optimizing the end of life. They are filtering out negative noise to focus the remaining processing power on what provides the most value. The subjective acceleration of time is a mechanism that forces us to stop preparing for the future and finally to inhabit the present moment.